So here's our car line. Really? What are we now? Oh, 8:47. So 3 minutes before school is supposed to start. It is not backed up at all. It is moving. Cars, parents are able to get out of the parking lot. Okay, now I'm gonna walk you through where the proposed walkway is gonna be. So we have some brush over here. I want you to see all these trees. So I'm coming right off of the parking lot. These are all the trees and the space that's next to it. There's the playground. There's those trees there, which apparently they think maybe they're gonna be able to save. I don't know. There's a sidewalk there. I'm not sure how you fit in a 3-lane road plus a fence between this sidewalk and these trees and that playground area. I know this is another playground area coming up on here that we're gonna lose because of it, partly because we're moving the soccer fields into that area. You can see our swings over there in the distance. Those are also part of where it shows soccer fields instead of swing sets. So it's gonna take out these two playgrounds. I can't believe it's not gonna take out that one that's behind us. Or the playground's gonna be right next to the street, which doesn't feel like that's very safe, regardless of whether there's a fence in there. So here we are. We're walking across there. So there's that first house of Spring Lake here. This looks like where I'm walking right now. Looks like, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Looks like where the road is supposed to go, if you look at their rendering. And then we have all these big trees that unfortunately that would have to be taken out from if we're gonna keep it real close to the road and try to minimize impact on the fields. But here's normally where the soccer fields go. We're looking at probably going in 40 feet from there. So there's all these 40, 50-year-old trees that are here on the berm, provide a nice greenery. And here we are, we're walking past where it goes. And then I'll get us up to the street up here. So all these people who bought their house never thinking that they were gonna have to look at a school. If you looked at the other video, Summergate, the entrance actually doesn't pass by anybody's house. It goes into where there's some green space there. So there's a house that's very close across from it. They also bought their house knowing that that's where the school entrance was. It was not a surprise. That side of the neighborhood hadn't even built when Spring Lake or when Hiawatha was built. So they knew that they were buying their house right by a school entrance. It might be more traffic than what they anticipated, but it still is. And then here we are to Elk Lake. So it's gonna be a lot longer entrance into school for people. It's going to be just a lot of safety issues. This is a part of the neighborhood where, again, unfortunately our only crosswalk from this side of the neighborhood to the school is at that stop sign, which now we're asking, somewhere between 150 to 300 cars in the morning, same number of cars in the afternoon to use. And that's no longer a safe crosswalk. Things you could do, school board, to maybe make it easier to walk to school. Put a sidewalk on this side of the street that goes from the neighborhood, really probably from right here, from right this area. Make it so that it's a gradual hill for kids to walk or ride their bike. Make sure there's a curb cut so that they can get up there if they're riding their bike. I'll show you up here. The only, if you want to call it sidewalk, that comes onto the school grounds is up here. There's no curb cut. It's straight up a hill, straight down a hill. So it's not really safe, for riding your bike. It's barely safe walking. I have to tell you, it's a pretty steep decline when you walk it. But that would be huge as far as increasing accessibility. And, I think people have brought up the busing. Being able to bus from the Briarwood subdivision would be amazing. And those kids really wouldn't have to. Oh, here's one sidewalk. You can see no curb cut. It goes through trees that aren't, that even my 6-year-old can't get under. And then it goes straight up a hill to the top. And we'll go to the next one, which is over here. But, if kids could be picked up at Briarwood after the Kennewa drop-off, they would only be picked up like 15-20 minutes before they'd have to be at school. Anyways, I'm sure that parents would use that if that was something that was accessible to them. Okay, and here's our other path. You can see this one doesn't get cleared either by the school. No curb cut. I will show. It does look like somebody used it today, but there it is, concrete. But it goes again straight up the hill, straight down, no curb cut. So again, not very safe. So this is the other side of the neighborhood. We're walking down Fairhills towards Birch Bluff again. You can see very few cars use this right now. Again, this was anybody driving right now potentially would have just been dropping their kids off at school, as school just started a few minutes ago. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour through the neighborhood. I hope you can see that this, well, I understand you want to have the bus loop separate from the parking area. I don't know that the parking area is otherwise a concern. And I think the money could be spent on much better things. Thank you.